Howdy folks, just finished painting up some armour for my Panzer Grenadiers. Some much needed half track that I've been meaning to paint up for months and months. I've gone for a painting scheme that was in issue, I have to take a look at what issue it was of Wargame Soldiers and Strategy. Really good wargaming magazine. It's my go-to, I think, and that's a bi-monthly magazine that you can get, and it's really good. It's a little bit better than Wargames Illustrated. I find I think it's because they don't pack as much into, if they don't have to do one each month, they seem to do a really good job when they do it every 2 months, and it's worth having, definitely. So this painting scheme was in there, so I just tried to follow that as best I could, and it was a really straightforward painting scheme of just how to do something quite simply by brush, so it didn't need an airbrush, but I have purchased an airbrush, and that's has just been used to prime up the tanks that I have. I'm not sure where hold on a second. So these are my well, 3D printed models. These are. You can sort of see on the underside of the lines of the 3D printing. I used a airbrush to paint this up black. I'm not sure if I can zoom up. It's quite a hefty piece. It's is it called the A7 for the Germans? It's a First World War tank, but I was hoping to use it for my Freikorps German Revolution collection. So I'm slowly painting those up. You can see the infantry over here. They're just in the process of being based and well, highlighted and polished off, but they're Empress miniatures. Yeah, not sure what the range is called now. They're called Tsuba miniatures or something. But they include the German Revolution range. Really good. And then some winter wargaming miniatures. I don't think I've shown these, but I could be wrong. Some pieces for the Battle of the Bulge or something. Particularly happy with this one then. He's sort of resting on his laurels. Really happy with that. So they're actually Stug Riders that I've based up. And then the the Stug then that James, well, he sent me the Stug Riders, and I think the Stug itself was bought for just a £5 actually. It was a broken kit, and the turret, you might see there's a bit wonky because it's missing a sliver from the barrel, so I've tried to repair that, and I think that's passable for wargaming at least. Panzer IV Stug Hanomag, so I'm in a bit of a better position now with my armour. So the rest of my armour support: Tiger 1, King Tiger, and the Panzer IV. You might notice that they're in slightly different scales. This is the 1/48th Panzer IV, and that's much larger than the 1/56th Panzer IV, which is the regular sort of scale for, I think, Warlords tanks are all in 1/56th, I think. Both scales have their merits, and I think that both work for 28mm, but this one on the left is a bit hideously out of scale with the rest of my armour, so I might have to leave that as a bit of a display piece, despite of how nice it is. I bought it as a it was second hand from North Star. They had been using it as a display piece and they were selling it off, and I just thought it was so nice that I had to have it. But yeah, they did warn me that it's not really into scale with a lot of 28mm ranges. And but yeah, more than happy with the how the armour's come along so far. I'm not sure whether to crack on with my Napoleonics now or yeah, just a bit at a loss. It's not that I've got the tedium demon, even though he's always lurking somewhere. But yeah, not sure where to go next. I'll have to keep you posted on that. Funnily enough, this Panzer IV is 3D printed. My friend Aled is doing some 3D printing, and if you need any tanks, let me know and I'll give you his details, because I think he's hoping to start a company this year doing 3D printing, and he's very reasonable when I've had stuff done, and this was the Panzer IV, and a lot of people down the club were surprised at how good it is for the for something that at the end of the day is 3D printed. I'm not sure whether can you 3D print resin. It feels like some sort of resin or like a tough plastic. I'll have to inquire as to the process and things, but really chuffed with that, and but you can barely notice the lines. I thought these lines were like horribly jagged things, but when you're wargaming you honestly can't notice them. They just blend into the scenery, and if you've done a job on painting them, it's worth every penny then. And I think you get more for your money with 3D printed stuff. So I think there's a danger lurking for the model making companies, but I think Rubicon and Warlord are pretty safe, just because the stuff is there's a lot of attention to detail, and people that like to make models will almost certainly go for the whole experience and how you can convert things. But as wargaming pieces, I think 3D might be the way to go for now. But I'll have to experiment further and do. I think I'll be wanting some hammer mags and things, and some trucks. I might get Aled to build some stuff up for me. And yeah, I think that's enough rambling for one day. Just gonna crack on with some more painting. I think maybe the Romans next. I'll have to have a little look. There's all sorts in these cupboards, and it's getting a bit ridiculous. But catch up with you again soon, folks, and keep painting, and Happy New Year if I don't make another video before then. All the best. Ta-ra.